Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Network Thirst, and I hope you all guys are doing great. Today we are going to discussing about something static routing. As the name itself, routing is a process of transmitting packets from source to destination across the network, or you can say from one point to the another point. And static means something you are going to define routes manually under the routing table of the router, so that whenever a packet comes in for a particular destination, router should have a route in its routing table to route a packet. Otherwise, if the route is not present on the routing table, it will discard the packet. This is the process of the router, what it does. So, without any further ado, let's jump in over this topology and try to figure out what exactly the objective of this topology is. So, on the left hand side, we have 192.168.1.0 network, whereas on the right hand side, we have 192.168.2.0 network. They both are remote networks to each other, and they are connected with the WAN network. And the network address for this network is 100.1.1.0. And if you see over here, we have summarized all the IP addresses which we need to configure on their respective interfaces. So friends, let's go and start configuring all these interfaces IP addresses. First of all, go to R1 and let's see what we have here. As of now, we can see this is a fresh router, so nothing has been installed and no any pre-configuration over here. So let's go and just configure this one. For our better understanding, I have just given a name as R1 so that we can have an idea on which router we are performing. Oh, sorry. Do show IP interface base if you are in this config mode. Whenever you are giving your commands, and if you are not in the normal mode, like if you are in the config mode, just prepend it with the uh, word do. It will take the same command. And as of now, you can see there is no any IP addresses configured on these both two interfaces. Let's go ahead and then configure the IP addresses. This is a WAN IP to which this fast Ethernet 0/0 is configured with 100.1.1.1, which is connecting to the remote and router's fast Ethernet 0/0. And 01 is something which is pointing towards our internal side VLAN. So you can see as of now it has taken the IP addresses. Let's jump to the router 2. This is also a fresh router, and just we will skip the all configuration from the scratch. Sorry, this caps is getting on. Let's assign the public IP address. Give no shut command, so it should not get shut. And this is something which is pointing towards our internal side VLAN address. First of all, let's try. Are we able to ping our own internal LAN IP addresses value? Do we have reachability up to there or not? So if you see, we have pinged, like we have generated a ping from here, from R2 to our internal side PCs. Let it to become green. Still, the spanning tree process is going on. Perfect. We are getting a reply from 20. Super. Vice versa. Let's try from this PC. Are we able to ping to our gateway or not? for your convenience, let me ping ipconfig command so that it would generate the IP addresses which are assigned on it NIC card. So as of now we have 192.168.2.20 assigned. So let's ping our gateway from this side. Yeah, we are getting a reply. So all good from this end. Now let's try with the R1. Do we have a reachability to our internal LAN network? Yeah, we have. And to the other PC as well. Yes, we are getting. And for your better understanding, let me just ping you. Sorry, let me just give you the output of this here. ipconfig same. So you can just see we have assigned 192.168.1.10 and the gateway is 1.1, and we have confirmed the reachability from the router's perspective to the internal LAN side, and we are receiving the reply packets from gateway as well. What you need to understand in the static routing is when you know the remote and network and the path how to reach it, you will be able to configure the static route in the routing table. For example, I'll share you one scenario. If you know how to reach a railway station in your city, to which route you should take, you can easily go. If you don't know the route, then it will be tough for you to reach to your destination. Similar principle applies in router with the help of these routing topologies or routing concepts. If a router knows how to route a packet to that particular destination, and if it has the route in its routing table, it will, you know, route the packet. Otherwise, it will just discard. So we need to make sure that the routing table of a router should have all the reachable or all the required networks installed so that it should route the packet. Now, if you try to generate a ping from a router to a remote host IP, which is 192.168.2.10, so you'd see there will be no reply we are getting from the remote end PC, and this is what I was explaining you. This is a normal behavior of a router, because when you check the routing table, you will see the network to you were pinging, it was 192.168.2.0 network, and the PC is 2.10, the IP address you were trying to ping. Here you can see we don't have that network in our routing table. Show IP route is a command to see what route we have in our routing table. We only have directly connected interfaces and their routes. So you can see C, which represent connected, and here you can see it is directly connected via fast ethernet 0/0 and 0/1. So now you can see we don't have any such route installed in our routing table of this router. So we need to make sure that our router should have that particular network installed in its routing table. So whenever a packet comes in destined for that network, it should route it. Otherwise, it will just discard and you will not be able to communicate with the remote end network. So let's go ahead and configure the static routing. The syntax, the syntax to let the router know that it should install the route in its routing table with the help of static ways IP route, the remote end network. As I said already, we should know the remote end network and its subnet mask. And the next hop, it is reaching via network and 1.1.1.2. Let's verify that it has been installed or not. Now you can see in R1 it got installed. So what it says actually is whenever a packet comes in with a destination IP address 192.168.2.0 network, it should route it via 100.1.1.2. And if you see, we are learning this route via static way, which as represent over here, we can see S stands for static, and this 1 is the AD value of 1. We have different AD values with the different routing protocols. For default routing it is 0, for static it is 1. Similar way we have for RIP 120, EIGRP 90, and OSPF is 110. And for BGP, if it is internal BGP, it would be 200. If it is external BGP, we have a value of 20. So we have different values, and whichever is the least value, router will consider it. So as of now, we can see that this route 192.168.2.0 is installed in our routing table. So now let's go to R2 and perform the similar routing over here, achieve our objective of this lab. If you see over here, IP route is a command, as I told you earlier, to reach out to this network. This is 192.168.1 network, and we are reaching this network via 100.1.1. For the R2, its next hop is 100.1.1 to route a packet to destination 192.168.1.0. So let's make it fast. That's why it was the reason that why you were not receiving it. 192.168.1.0 network. Let's configure and let's verify. Super. Now you should be able to ping it. Yeah, I'm getting a reply from here. Now try one more time. You should be able to ping now, and you should be able to receive a reply. Yes, you are receiving a reply. Perfect. Similarly, if you go from here, let's verify the IP configuration 192.161.20. Let's ping it 10. Similar way from this way as well. Let's try to ping the remote and PC. Yeah. So today we have seen how to configure a static routing with the help of these two routers, and the prerequisite to configure the static routing is you should know what the remote network is and the subnet mask and the next hop to reach out to that network. So configure it and try to do by your own, and try to see what issues or what error you may face while configuring this topology or while configuring this lab. So in the next session we will learn about static routing with the help of three routers, and what will be the difference configuring static routing between the two routers and the three routers. We will discuss it. And guys, if you like this video, then just hit the like icon and subscribe my channel for further updates regarding this the network things. Okay, so take care and have a good day, friends.